one that was in this anthology, if I can find it. I know it's in here somewhere, in among these 1,000 pages of, and it has White Rock in it as well. So there it is. I found it, and I've read this one before quite often, actually. It's called The Wine Dark Sea. He held a gallon jar above his head, graceful as an Olympic diver. At 5 he dove, hands and jar extended, from the top of the cement barbecue to the sea of patio concrete below, and scalped himself. So when Mum took the tea towel and wiped the blood from his forehead, all his hair lifted up like an insecure toupee. Of course, Mum screamed a lot, and it took a doctor 20 stitches to sew the stuffing back into his head. When he was 8 years old and culpable before the Mormon God, they decided to baptize his abnormally long body by full immersion for the remission of his sins. Each time they tried plunging him under, a toe or finger or elbow would refuse to submerge. For years after, he was a joke with the local congregation, holding the record for the number of times dunked before they got him right under, completely immersed in another place with gravity suspended. When he was about 5, he would wander off whenever I was assigned to look after him. One day, in a blustery late November, I had taken him to the long beach by Semiahmoo Bay. I recall our large puffy parkas, mitts, boots. Distracted by birds or agates or whips of seaweed, I forgot about him, and when I looked, he was knee-deep in the wine-dark sea. And then he was waist-deep, and then neck-deep, and then submerged. But every few seconds, his head would burst through the surface, blowing like a whale, and then down and relentlessly forward he'd go until I caught up with him and dragged him blubbering to the shore. Then one day, years later, he suspended his tall frame in too short a room and defied gravity like a fish on a string, received a remission of sin, entered the gallon jar with one smooth cartoon move, took an endless hike on the beach at the bottom of Semiahmoo Bay.